Summary of Mel Robbins' The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Introduction. Mel Robbins' The Let Them Theory is presented as a transformative self-help book offering a unique two-part framework designed to empower individuals. The central aim of this framework is to help readers reclaim their personal agency and significantly reduce stress by consciously releasing the pervasive human need to control others. This insightful theory, which gained considerable traction as a viral social media mantra, was developed and co-authored by Mel Robbins alongside her daughter, Sawyer Robbins. The book delves into the profound impact of our attempts to manage external circumstances and the actions of those around us, suggesting that much of our emotional and mental burden stems from these often futile efforts. By providing a clear and actionable path, the Let Them theory guides individuals toward a more liberated state, where energy is redirected from external control to internal empowerment. It promises to unravel the complexities of human interaction and personal well-being through a straightforward yet deeply impactful approach. Chapter 1. The Dual Mantra: Let Them and Let Me. At its very core, the Let Them theory encourages individuals to embrace and apply a powerful dual mantra: let them and let me. These two complementary principles form the foundation of Robbins' transformative framework, offering a new perspective on personal control and freedom. The Let Them principle, a cornerstone of this theory, profoundly advocates for releasing attempts to control the behaviors, the reactions, and the opinions of others. It underscores a fundamental recognition that a significant portion of human frustration, stress, and disappointment ultimately stems from an exhaustive and often futile endeavor trying to manage aspects that are inherently beyond one's direct influence. This principle encourages a pivotal shift in perspective, allowing others to hold their own viewpoints, to make their own choices, and, crucially, to experience the natural consequences that arise from their actions, without the reader feeling compelled to intervene or alter the outcome. It's about acknowledging the autonomy of others and understanding that their path is their own. Conversely, the Let Me principle promotes proactive self-development and personal empowerment. It directs energy and focus inward, toward one's own responses, one's own actions, one's own goals, and one's own well-being. This principle champions the idea of reclaiming agency by concentrating on what is truly within one's control. Rather than expending precious mental and emotional resources on external factors that cannot be changed, Let Me encourages individuals to invest that energy into their personal growth, their aspirations, and their inner peace. Together, these dual mantras create a holistic approach to life, fostering a greater sense of control over one's internal world and a reduced reliance on external validation or the compliance of others. Chapter 2. Origin Story and the Stress of Micromanagement. The genesis of the Let Them theory is traced back to a pivotal and highly relatable moment, an instance that sparked Mel Robbins' initial insight and led to the development of this powerful framework. The book recounts how this profound theory originated from a seemingly simple yet deeply impactful piece of advice offered by Robbins' own daughter, Sawyer. Faced with a chaotic and potentially overwhelming prom plan, a situation many parents can empathize with, Robbins' daughter advised her mother to simply let them handle it. This seemingly minor interaction served as the lightning bolt moment, igniting the initial spark of the theory and providing a tangible, personal illustration of its core premise. It highlighted the immediate relief and clarity that can come from relinquishing the need to micromanage or control situations that are ultimately not one's responsibility. The book further delves into the widespread issue of chronic micromanagement, extending its analysis beyond personal anecdotes. It explains how the persistent urge to control every detail, every person, and every outcome can have significant physiological and psychological consequences. Specifically, Robbins details how such chronic micromanagement can effectively keep the amygdala, the part of the brain associated with fear and stress responses, on high alert. This constant state of heightened alert contributes significantly to the pervasive stress experienced by a considerable portion of adults in contemporary society. The theory posits that by adopting the let them mindset, individuals can begin to calm this internal alarm system, thereby reducing stress and fostering a greater sense of peace and mental clarity. It connects the practical application of the theory to tangible neuroscientific impacts, illustrating how a shift in mindset can lead to real changes in one's stress response. Chapter 3. Applying Let Them Across Life, Relationships. The Let Them theory provides practical frameworks for applying its core principles across a wide array of life's domains, with a particular emphasis on fostering healthier and more authentic relationships. The book illustrates how the dual mantra of let them and let me can transform interactions within romantic relationships, friendships, and intricate family dynamics. In the context of relationships, the theory emphasizes a crucial insight. Actions, not merely words, are the true indicators of a person's feelings, intentions, and character. It encourages individuals to observe what others do rather than getting caught up in what they say, especially when there's a discrepancy. This perspective helps to mitigate disappointment and provides a clearer understanding of the relational landscape. The theory strongly advocates for authenticity within these connections. By letting others be themselves, even if their behavior isn't what one desires, an individual can then operate from a place of genuine self-expression. This approach fosters an environment where truth can emerge and where one is no longer trying to force an outcome or change another person to fit a preconceived ideal. Furthermore, the book promotes the vital concept of non-attachment in relationships. This means letting go of rigid expectations about how others should behave or how a relationship must unfold. Instead, it encourages a more accepting stance, recognizing that each person has their own journey and that true connection doesn't necessitate control. By embracing non-attachment, individuals can experience greater emotional freedom, reduce conflict rooted in unmet expectations, and build more resilient and respectful connections grounded in mutual autonomy. The application of let them in relationships ultimately aims to free individuals from the exhausting cycle of trying to manage the feelings and actions of their loved ones, allowing for more authentic and less stressful interactions. Chapter 4. Supporting Others and Setting Boundaries. A significant aspect of the Let Them theory is its nuanced guidance on how to support others effectively, distinguishing clearly between genuine, empowering support and enabling behavior that can inadvertently hinder growth. The book provides tools for assisting loved ones without falling into the trap of rescuing them or taking over their responsibilities. Central to this approach is the introduction of the ABC Loop method, a structured framework designed to facilitate growth and encourage self-reliance in others while maintaining one's own boundaries. The ABC Loop begins with apologize and ask open-ended questions. This first step encourages individuals to acknowledge their own role in any dynamic, even if it's just their desire to help, and then to engage the other person with questions that invite reflection and problem-solving rather than offering immediate solutions. This fosters a sense of agency in the person being supported. The second step is back off and observe behavior. This crucial phase involves stepping back and allowing the other person the space and the opportunity to act on their own insights or decisions, observing their progress without interference. It's about creating space for them to learn and take ownership. Finally, the ABC Loop concludes with celebrate progress while modeling change. Here, individuals are encouraged to acknowledge and celebrate any steps forward made by the other person, reinforcing positive behaviors. Simultaneously, they model the desired changes in their own lives, demonstrating healthy actions and mindsets without lecturing or demanding.
Ultimately, the book aims to liberate readers from the exhausting and often counterproductive cycle of trying to manage everything and everyone around them. By employing principles like the ABC loop and adopting the let them mindset, individuals can conserve their precious mental and emotional energy. This conserved energy can then be purposefully redirected toward prioritizing their own dreams, their own goals, and their own happiness. It champions the idea that by letting others take responsibility for their own lives, one creates space to truly invest in one's own well-being and pursue a life that is authentically fulfilling. This also implicitly frames boundary setting not as a confrontation, but as an act of radical self-care, safeguarding one's energy for personal investment.
Chapter 5. Key Themes: Reclaiming Personal Agency and Freedom. The central themes of the Let Them theory consistently revolve around the profound concepts of personal empowerment and liberation. A primary theme, fundamental to the book's message, is recognizing and reclaiming personal agency. This concept is about a pivotal shift in focus from what inherently cannot be controlled, namely the actions, thoughts, and feelings of others, to what decidedly can be controlled, one's own responses, choices, and internal state. The book serves as a guide for individuals to reestablish their command over their own lives, moving away from external dependencies or the constant need for others to conform to their expectations. It emphasizes that true power lies in how one chooses to react and act within their own sphere of influence. Another significant and interwoven theme is freedom through non-attachment. This idea is about consciously letting go of rigid expectations and detaching oneself from specific outcomes. It means liberating oneself from the need for others to behave in a particular way for one's own peace or happiness. By cultivating non-attachment, readers are encouraged to develop an emotional distance from external chaos and negativity. This detachment doesn't imply indifference. Rather, it signifies a conscious choice not to be consumed or dictated by external circumstances or the unpredictable actions of others. It frees emotional energy previously bound by anxiety and anticipation, leading to a deeper sense of internal peace and resilience. The book underscores that by releasing the grip of attachment, individuals can discover a profound sense of inner freedom, allowing them to navigate life's challenges with greater equanimity and less emotional turbulence. Chapter 6. Key Themes: Redirecting Energy and Radical Acceptance. Continuing the exploration of its central tenets, the Let Them theory places considerable emphasis on themes that directly contribute to an individual's empowerment and well-being. A crucial theme is redirecting energy toward empowering choices. The book meticulously guides readers on how to conserve the vast amounts of energy that were previously wasted or depleted on the futile pursuit of controlling others. Instead of engaging in exhaustive attempts to manage external behaviors or outcomes, readers are encouraged to consciously and deliberately invest this conserved energy into personal growth, into their own well-being, and into fostering genuine, authentic connections that uplift rather than drain. This redirection of energy is presented as a powerful act of self-care and self-investment, leading to more productive and fulfilling outcomes in one's own life. It's about a strategic allocation of internal resources to where they can yield the most positive impact. Hand in hand with this is the theme of embracing radical acceptance. This principle encourages readers to acknowledge and accept people, situations, and outcomes precisely as they are, without judgment, without resistance, and critically, without the persistent urge to change them. Radical acceptance is not about resignation or condoning negative behaviors. Rather, it is about recognizing the reality of a situation or person in the present moment. This acceptance fosters a profound inner peace, as much of our suffering often stems from resisting what is already true. By accepting what cannot be changed, individuals are freed to focus their efforts on what can be changed, their own responses and actions.
This theme teaches that true liberation often comes from a willingness to meet reality on its own terms, allowing individuals to move forward with clarity and reduced emotional distress.
Chapter 7. Key Themes: Overcoming Illusion of Control and Building Self-Trust. Mel Robbins' The Let Them theory systematically addresses deeper psychological barriers to personal freedom, offering compelling insights into the nature of control and self-worth. One potent theme explored is overcoming the illusion of control. Robbins highlights that the deeply ingrained desire to control others, their perceptions, their actions, their feelings, is often rooted in profound underlying fears. These fears can include the fear of rejection, the fear of judgment, or even the fear of not being enough. The book meticulously dissects how this desire to control is, in essence, an impossible and ultimately exhausting endeavor. It is an illusion, a perceived power that continually drains energy without delivering genuine, sustainable results. By recognizing and dismantling this illusion, readers are guided toward a more realistic and liberating understanding of their own power, which resides in self-management rather than external manipulation. Furthermore, a vital component of the theory is liberating self-worth from external validation. The book provides a clear path for readers to stop living in fear of others' opinions and to cease the endless pursuit of external approval. This theme focuses on severing the detrimental link between one's intrinsic value and how others perceive or treat them. By doing so, individuals are empowered to cultivate and build internal confidence and deep-seated self-trust. It's about shifting the source of self-esteem from an unreliable external wellspring to an unwavering internal foundation. This liberation allows for a more authentic self to emerge, one that is not constantly shaped or swayed by the whims and judgments of others. Finally, the theme of setting boundaries and non-reactivity equips readers with practical strategies. It teaches how to observe difficult behaviors, harsh criticisms, or negative external events without internalizing them or allowing them to dictate one's emotional state. This skill is paramount for preserving mental health and significantly diminishing the power of negativity that often comes from external sources. By learning to be an observer rather than a reactive participant, individuals can maintain their inner calm and protect their emotional boundaries, ensuring that others' issues do not become their own. Chapter 8. The book's approach and its unique contribution. Mel Robbins' The Let Them theory distinguishes itself not only through its core message, but also through its distinctive writing style and several unique aspects that set it apart in the self-help genre. The book's style is characterized by a practical and actionable approach. It skillfully merges insightful psychological observations with clear, implementable steps. Robbins frequently includes try-it-today drills, enabling readers to immediately practice and integrate the concepts into their daily lives, moving beyond theoretical understanding to practical application. This directness ensures that the book is not merely informative, but truly transformative. Robbins employs relatable storytelling and candid anecdotes, sharing her own personal struggles, vulnerabilities, and those crucial lightning bolt moments that shaped her understanding. This transparent approach makes the theory feel accessible, human, and achievable for the reader, fostering a sense of connection and shared experience. Her straightforward and no-nonsense tone is also a hallmark of her writing. It's direct, highly motivational, and exceptionally easy to digest, presenting complex psychological ideas in a simple, impactful manner that resonates with a broad audience. While the book benefits from the integration of science and research, incorporating snippets of neuroscience and drawing on relationship studies to lend credibility, some reviews note a general lack of specific footnotes for these claims, though the scientific concepts are presented clearly. What truly makes the Let Them theory unique lies in several key aspects. Foremost is the dual let them and let me framework.
While concepts of acceptance and relinquishing control are present in other self-help and psychological theories, Robbins' explicit dual mantra offers a particularly memorable and immediately applicable tool. Its origin as a viral phenomenon is another distinguishing factor. The theory gained substantial traction on social media, particularly TikTok, prior to its book release, giving it unique grassroots popularity and resonance. The book also reframes radical self-care through boundary setting, not as a confrontation with others, but as an essential act of self-preservation that frees up mental and emotional energy for personal investment. Readers often report an emphasis on instant emotional payoff, experiencing an immediate sense of release and regained control through the simple act of adopting the let them mindset. Finally, the book's universal applicability ensures its principles are relevant across a wide spectrum of life areas, from personal relationships to professional challenges, making it broadly appealing and widely useful. Final summary. Mel Robbins' The Let Them theory offers a powerful and accessible guide to personal empowerment, fundamentally encouraging individuals to release their grip on what they cannot control in others and proactively invest in their own well-being and growth. The book's dual mantra of let them and let me provides a clear, actionable framework for reclaiming personal agency and significantly reducing stress by shifting focus from external management to internal self-mastery. Through relatable anecdotes, practical advice, and a straightforward tone, Robbins illuminates how overcoming the illusion of control and embracing radical acceptance can lead to profound emotional freedom. The theory emphasizes setting boundaries as an act of radical self-care, redirecting energy from futile attempts to change others towards cultivating personal goals, self-worth, and authentic relationships. Its unique viral origin and universal applicability make it a compelling and distinctive contribution to the self-help genre, offering readers an immediate sense of release and a pathway to a more fulfilling and less stressful life.
Thanks for listening. If you found this summary valuable, please like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts. To support the channel, all links are in the description.